morning, everyone. This is a postures class. I've had a request for this. Give our wrists a break. It's a great set of postures to do at any time. Sometimes we do 90 minutes. Sometimes we do an hour. Sometimes 75 minutes. So today I'll just do an hour. You can always do it twice or add in whatever time frame you have. So I am Fontaine, and we will get started. In Tadasana, parallel feet under our sit bones, or you can have your toes touching, heels slightly splayed. Just finding your long spine. You can shrug those shoulders a few times, one or both. Softening your joints, just waking yourself up. If it's first thing in the morning or if you've been sitting a long time. And actually we'll start with a little alternative breath work. Just starting to sling your arms side to side. You can let your eye gaze follow your shoulders. Smacking yourself on the back. Waking up your length in the body. I'm going to turn down the music. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Just warming up your spine, keeping the hips forward as you twist at the waist. We don't have the heat to warm us up, so we're going to have to warm ourselves up a little more. This is the original 26 postures, more or less, that started hot yogas. Beginning just many times as you like. Keep it going a little more, or start to slowly wind back to center. Bringing your feet back under those sit bones. We can do another alternative breath where we lift our arms up, exhale out, sit up, out, and up, and out. You can do up, out, and back, up, out, and back, up, back, up. Just warming up your knees, hips. Do whatever arm variation you like. Exhale as you sit. See, up, and back, up, out, and back. I think that's another version, if you like that one. Out, up, and back. Or you can just go up and back, up. Just drawing the navel in as you sit. Try to sit back into your heels. And we'll do a few more. Up, out, up, and back. Up, out, and back. Woo. So maybe you've done 10, maybe 20. We'll come back to center and release our arms, and we'll start with a traditional pranayama breathing. Palms, fingers interlace, palms together, resting your chin on the knuckles. We'll inhale and lift the elbows high. Your breath's a little ragged, just find your inhale. And then exhale, press into your chin as you look towards the sky. Palms, wrists, elbows touch out in front of you. Long spine. Inhale. Just take a few of these to get practice. Keeping the spine straight. We're just moving the head and arms. Inhale as you fill up. Exhale. Draw your navel in, hips forward. Squeeze the inner thighs. Inhale. Find that big breath in and exhale it out. Through the mouth like you're fogging a mirror on the sky. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Diaphragmatic breathing. Exhale. Creating space in the belly as you exhale. Inhale, the diaphragm drops as you fill up, and exhale, it lifts. Hugging those elbows. Inhale. Exhale. Squeeze the breath out. 3 more. At your pace, just filling up as much as you can, lengthening, and exhale. Following the belly, inhale. Exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And dropping everything. Shake it out again. Roll it out. I'm already warm. Whew. Hope you are. And we'll start with our next posture. Sweep the arms up, clasping your fingers. They're clasped, you can't see them. We'll move side to side, opening the side body. Now bent arms here as you rock side to side, or you can straighten out those arms as you move. Just feel that stretch through the side, heels to your shoulders, your elbows, your fingertips. You can draw circles on the ceiling, on the sky, wherever you're practicing this morning. You can separate those feet a little if that's more stable. Switch the direction of your circle. Just lengthening through the waist, through the side body, coming back to side motion. And we'll come back to stillness. We look like needles in the sky. We'll inhale and lengthen, and exhale, open up for half moon, or crescent moon, or a flower petal, whatever you want to be this morning. Then look up towards the sky, towards the horizon, or down towards your pinky toe. Just pulling on that left wrist with the right one. Feel that stretch as you press your hips left. Come back up, slowly rising. Inhale to lengthen, exhale, open to the other side. Right shoulder back, left shoulder forward. Pulling on your left wrist, pressing those hips right. You can look up if that deepens it. Straight ahead or down, wherever you feel the good stretch for you. Breathing fully, never holding your breath in yoga. Reach back up. We'll drop the arms back a little. Let your head fall back. Find your throat stretch. Chin, thyroid area. Opening your heart. Squeezing the glutes. You can release them, squeeze them, whatever helps your back bend. Try to open from your chest. More so than the lower back. Keep opening up as you breathe. And we'll slowly rise back up. Finding your eye gaze, we'll bend at our knees and fold in half, dropping your head and hands. You look up and lengthen. I'm going to turn to the side here so you can see how I bend the knees and drop the belly, like you're going to sit into a chair. You can squat all the way down if that feels nice. Keep those legs slightly bent. You can pull on your calves, thighs, or the heels, letting your head dangle. Shaking it out, yes and no. Ooh, you grab your elbows, hanging like a rag doll. Just breathe. Smiling, breathing. You can look up and lengthen. Monkey pose. Exhale and fold. You can reach for those heels if you like, stepping on them, or you can cup them with the webbing of your thumb and pointer. Pulling action as you lift those hips. The weight's coming onto the balls of your feet here. You're trying to get your hips over those heels little by little. Bent knees can stay bent, or straighten them as you need to. Really pulling with your arms, pulling like you're really using your shoulders, biceps to hug those legs. Sigh it out, releasing into every posture. Allow yourself to go a little deeper before coming up. Release those hands, reach back out in front of you, bend your knees, and unhinge. Releasing the arms, dropping those shoulders, reset buttons. Each time we're here, we'll come back here after all of our standing work. We'll open up you can do that twice. If you like, we're gonna open up our feet. I'm just gonna do everything once today. We're gonna reach our arms out parallel with the ground, squeezing the fingers together. We'll sit back like we're sitting into a low chair. It can be higher or lower. Turn to the side again. Reaching out, strong arms, looking out. You can squeeze the glutes here. Release them, squeeze them. Parallel feet, parallel knees. I'll spend a little more time on each posture, just so if you need to come out and come back into it, you really want to tuck your tailbone slightly, not arching the spine, but drawing it in so your tailbone to your crown stays long. Breathing, stretching. We look like lightning bolts from the side if you were to lift those arms. Breathing, sitting, dropping the shoulders away from your ears here. Big breath, wiggle those toes. When you're ready, we'll lift back up. Take a breather, and then we'll lift our heels high. And we're going to bend our knees straight ahead as we slide down an invisible wall here. We're trying to keep our ears, shoulders, hips, and heels stacked. Stretching through the tailbone to your crown. Lift those heels a little for more. It's like we're wearing stiletto heels here. As you scoop the navel towards the spine. If you're quivering, you are doing it right. We're using those little muscles here, strengthening, breathing, gazing, pausing, scooping, smiling. And we'll slide back up when you are ready. Coming all the way up, challenge your balance, and then drop the heels. Take a breather, and then draw your knees together, not kneed. So you're keeping the feet right where they are. You just want to bring those knees together comfortably, and then lift your heels an inch or so as you slide back down, all the way down this time. So you're almost sitting on your heels. You can bounce away from them, finding your focal point, your gaze will help your balance more than anything. Spine is straight again here. Come in and out, just challenging yourself. Bouncing like you're on a motorcycle ride, if you like that vision. We squeeze our knees here to protect them. So as you come up, squeeze them again, and we'll slowly rise to stand up, all the way up. Use your breath to get there, all the way up. And drop your heels, reset those feet, together or apart. Drop your shoulders a few times, beginning to sweat. Smile. Eagles next. We'll sweep our arms up and wrap our right arm under. And give yourself a big hug. You can stay here reaching for your shoulder blades. You can grab for the shoulders or try to cross your wrists, palms together, or the backs of your hands together. Your choice. Press those hands away as we sit into our chair again. Lifting the right leg, crossing it over. Flex that foot as you sit. Touch down, or keep flexing that foot, squeezing your inner thighs. Hugging the major lymph glands of the body, up and down your midline. Drop your elbows, tuck those toes. If that's your practice this morning, it may or may not be. Sitting low, if you have something to hold on to sit a little lower, that can help. Sit low and then rebind. Find your gaze. Reach the arms out or lift the elbows. This is a good posture to practice in a doorway, a hallway, so we can use our arms for a little support to get down a little lower. Breathing, sighing, focusing, opening the major joints, hugging those lip glands. When you're done, slowly step it out. Pedal it out, sweep those arms back up. And we'll exhale, left arm under, grabbing those shoulder blades, squeezing the back body, shoulders or palms together. Sit in your chair again, press those hands away, that helps my balance. Lifting your left leg, squeeze those inner thighs as you flex your foot. Tuck those toes. One side will be easier than the other, I promise. We do both sides to balance ourselves out a little. Then lift those elbows. Press the hands away. You can always tap down like a kickstand. No points off. Keep going where you are today. Every day is a journey. So just find your journey today, where you are on the path. Breathing into your back body. Stretching up if that feels good. And we'll step it out. Sweep your arms high. Release Tadasana. Tadasana, I didn't say it already, is mountain pose. So being a proud mountain here. Just think of the Tetons. Proud, majestic mountains. Standing head to knee is next. I like to bring my hands to my hips. Lifting the right knee, flex your foot under your kneecap. Staying here or kick that heel away and hold it, point and flex it. Or you can bend and straighten. Get a cramp in that knee, just shaking it out. Hug the knee in if you like. Pulling it in towards your right ribs. Staying here is a great posture. Or bring the belly down, reaching for your ball of the foot. Gazing at a spot, the smaller the spot, the better. To focus on, soft gaze. Kicking out, bent knee or straight. You're still kicking into those arms, getting a great stretch, rhomboid stretch across the back body. Hug your calf, looking out. You really want to challenge your body, your balance. Look down, looking at a spot. Keep pressing into that big toe mound, pinky toe mound. It always throws me out. So if you want to come back to where you felt stable, like you're getting back on that horse, and then slowly get off with control. Take a breath, reset. Second side. Try to keep those hips level as you lift that left knee. Lift, heel flex, foot flex under your kneecap as you kick away. Point and flex the foot if you want to keep it out. Twirl it around wherever you are. Hug that knee in. Or grab the shin below your kneecap as you lengthen. Staying wherever you feel challenged. Dropping your chest. Reach for the ball of your foot. Kick into your hands. Stretching those rhomboids here. Or kick out. All the time you're slowing that breath down if it was ragged. Sigh it away, scooping your navel towards that spine. And hug your calf as you find your gaze. Feeling every version. If you fall out, coming back in. Take your time. You can hold the leg into your hands and hold that leg up. Feeling the trapezius stretch here. You reach those arms up. Kick that leg out, whether it's lower or higher. Try to lift it an inch or so and hold. Lots of things you can do if you don't like the version of any posture. Just challenging yourself. Resetting. Dancer, standing bow is next. Opening your right palm like you're holding a tray. We'll drop that hand. Reaching for that inner ankle. Remember, you can hold onto a chair or whatever's near. Lift that left arm, feeling your knee to fingertips stretch. This is your arrow in the sky. When you're ready, kick back. Kicking that knee till it disappears. You can lean forward once it does. Kicking, stretching. Kicking, stretching. That foot may eventually come up above your head. Mine's not quite above my head. You come in and out, just challenging that bow. It's like a U shape with your spine. Keep kicking into that hand. That's where this posture comes from. We hinge if we need to. You can stay upright and kick wherever you are. Breathing fully. Lengthening, stretching, kicking. Touch down. Hold on to your heart, your thigh. Just make it your own. Find your breath. Quad stretch, bow stretch. Maybe one more time. Have time to play while you're home. Never rushing. Just enjoying the challenge. The time for yourself to breathe, to move. Opening that left palm, drop your hand, reach for your inner foot. My pinky comes to my ankle crease. Maybe yours does too. Knees together, feel that stretch in your quads as you reach up. Stay here, controlling the breath. And when you're ready, kick back into that hand. Left shoulder opens, left quads as you hinge at that right hip. Keep kicking into that hand. Your left shoulder's opening. Those hips are trying to stay square here. Keep kicking. If you fall out, just catch yourself. That may be a good pose to come to, maybe not. When you're ready, come back up. Finding your posture again, always getting back on. Never being defeated. Just try again. Keep reaching out, find that kick, U-shape, fingertips to toes. Eventually lowering as you need to feel more. Some people need to go more to feel it. If you are feeling it here, stay here and breathe. Breathing, kicking, heart. Coming back to your center, back to your proud mountain. I forgot what that mountain's called. I think it's the Grand Teton. Smiling, breathing. What's next? Standing stick. Find last balancing challenge for a little bit. Or separate leg challenge. We'll find our needle shapes again. Arms back a little if you can. And we're going to step forward with the left foot. Pointing the right toes, lifting that leg a little to feel it in your glutes. You can start to hinge at your left hip. Find your gaze, find your balance. Eventually you'll come to a capital T. Keep lifting the arms with that leg. Breathing, kicking, pointing straight line head to toes so you can bring the arms out like an airplane. Feel it in your shoulder blades, your triceps. Whether you're reaching back, clasping, reaching out like an airplane, or reaching out in your warrior three, standing stick version. Breathing, finding your gaze on the ground, or you can try to look up under your pinky fingers. When you're done, slowly come out. Reaching up, reset that long spine, stepping forward, right foot, lifting your leg, find your gaze as you hinge a little more. Keep that straight line, head to toes. Keep lifting your arms as you lift that leg. Feel it in your glutes, your hamstrings, your triceps. Your right foot pressing, hips staying level, chest is level with the ground. Finding your drishti right under your gaze, or look out under your pinkies. Knowing when you move that gaze, it challenges the bounce, or it can throw us off. Coming back up with control, reaching high, release. Drop those shoulders. Separate leg stretching is next. Giving our balance a little rest. You can open, stand at one side of your mat. You can bring our hands to our hearts if you want a little fun. Bend those knees and hop it out. You can practice that a little if you need a little aerobic activity. Hopping in, hopping out. Your arms are about as wide as your feet, maybe not quite on this one. So maybe do 10 of these, practicing hopping out. And if you don't like hopping, we'll just step it out and hold. You can reach those arms out, leading with your heart as you fold in half at your hip creases. You can bend the knees and fold. You can reach for your thighs and pull a little, your calves or your heels. Dangle out that head, yes and no. Finding your breath. You can step on your fingers from the outside. Pulling with those arms, biceps pulling like we did with our feet together. Your neck is long and loose as you pull. Straining at our neck. We're just letting gravity work here. You can just let the hands drop. Or you can bring the arms behind you, ragdolls. As you scoop the belly in, or you can interlace your fingers, reach up, away from the body, bending your knees, straightening, never locking out those knees, but engaging your quads will help release your hamstrings. Switch which elbow you're holding or which pointer fingers in front. I need to go all the way down to feel a stretch, but if wherever you're feeling it, just allow yourself to hang there a little. Bending, straightening. I think I'm a little hyper flexible in my elbows, so never feel like you have to go as far as someone else. Just as long as you feel it in your muscles, you are in it. A good stretch. And we'll bring our hands back to the floor, looking up and lengthen. We're going to find Skandasana here. This is not in the traditional 26, but it's traditional in my classes, so I'm going to do it. You can have your hands at your heart. You can keep that heel lifted as you move side to side. Play on each side, balancing. If you want to drop that heel, you can use your hand under that leg to drop. One hand at your heart, both hands at your heart. You can reach out like a poet pose, or reach out like a bird, turning your thumbs down as you reach behind you if you like the bind. Using your navel, drawing it in here wherever you are in this posture. Opening that left hip like a squat, right leg like a lunge. Coming over to the other side, heel can stay lifted, flexing that left foot, or you can reach under that leg to sit like a kickstand here. One-legged Malasana, poet stretch, wingspan, turn your thumbs down, internally rotating those shoulders to reach back towards your fingertips, your wrist, whatever you want to grab, your shirt. You can use a strap or a belt here behind you. Reach out, dropping the head can feel really good. And we'll use those hands and lift back up when you're ready. Drop your head, hands either to your hip creases, elbows back behind you if you like. Micro bend in your knees as you unhinge. We can always have those arms out and hop it back in. Tadasana. Coming to the side of your mat. You're going to reach our arms up, step it out, wider than before, maybe, or your leg length, 4.5, maybe 5 feet, arm span. Turn your right toes out, parallel to your mat, left heel away from your body. We'll sit into a warrior two pose. Just left hips inward, right hip is open, knee over your ankle. So you can drop that right hip almost, this is warrior one, but warrior two is a little bit open. Kind of towards the right or the left edge of your mat. Reaching out, strong warrior legs, and stay here as long as you like. You can lift those thumbs when you're ready. Look left and tilt towards that elbow with your knee, finding your triangle with your body and that leg. Reach out, you can reach over your ear towards the sky. You can challenge yourself if you're regular, or stay right here in your bent leg triangle. It's also called side angle pose in other lineages. Smiling, sinking the hips here to go lower. It's not how low you go here with a rounded spine. You want to Keep both sides of your spine long. Staying here as long as you can. Good leg work, core work, drawing the belly in. And we'll lift back up, warrior two. Straighten out that leg. Woo, right toes inward, left toes out. Reset the body. Right hip closing, not all the way like warrior one, but kind of open towards that right side of your mat as you lunge. Knee over ankle. Toes, knees, going in the same direction always to protect those knees. You can reach out like a warrior, strong, fierce warriors. Lift those thumbs, look back and tilt elbow to knee. You can always rest the elbow there for a little leverage to reach higher, or on the inside of that knee. You can reach out as you sink a little lower. Breathing, reaching, keeping that long line, both sides of your waist. Find a 90-degree angle, basketball, beach ball over your head, dreaming of that beach. Breathing, holding, stretching, strengthening, reaching out away from that right heel. When you are ready, lifting back to your warrior. Glad I didn't knock my phone off. And straighten out that leg, heel toe it in. Hop back in. Ta-da. And separate leg, head to knee is next. We'll sweep our arms up, stepping it out 3 feet. Yardsticks. Turning towards the right foot, right front of your mat as you level those hips this time towards the front of your mat. Shoulders are squared. We'll lift the arms up. Find a big reach and then micro bend that right knee as you bring your forehead to the knee. Scooping the navel in. Drawing that right hip back so you can use your hands on the floor. Left hip towards the front of your mat. Scooping the belly in. We're in a C shape, tailbone to your crown. Finding that breath. Breathing. Turning that right hip, or turning those hips to the right. Catch yourself if you start to fall over. Keep the chin tucked and roll back up with control. All the way up, find your gaze. And we'll pivot to the other side. Squaring off with that side of your mat, reaching high. Tuck your chin and roll down, forehead towards your knee. Scooping your navel in, right hips coming forward, so we're turning those hips to the left. Hands can come out of prayer. Or stay in, making that C shape, squeezing the inner thighs. And we'll bend that left knee and curl up to stand with control. Find the horizon, reach your arms out. Turn those thumbs in again, we'll reach behind us. This is another added in posture. You can bring those hands together in a prayer shape. Bring your knuckles together or elbows, wherever you want to go. Find your breath and bend that left knee as you hinge forward. If you're laying your pelvis, your chest over a table here. Stay here in your pyramid shape with your legs. Looking out towards your big toe. You keep folding pelvis towards that leg. If that's your practice, turning your hips to the left again. Squeeze those inner thighs. Bring your chin towards your shin or keep looking out. It's not forehead to knee this time. It's long, extended spine rather than rounding. So just feel it in that left hip. IT band stretch. Big breath. When you're ready, lift back up. Micro bend in that left knee. And we'll pivot to the other side. Grabbing the opposite elbow if you have them. Or find your prayer hands. And always clasp your fingers here again if you like that version. Bringing them up away from your body as you lean forward at that right hip. Hinging, turning the hips right. And square those hip points with the front of your mat as you drop your heart, chin to shin. Looking at your big toe, micro bend in that right leg. Just enjoying the IT band stretch here as you hug the inner thighs towards one another. Breathing, inhale and lengthen. Exhale and bow. Pelvis towards that right thigh. When you're ready, micro bend that right knee as you rise back up. Turning back towards the long side of your mat, feet together. Reach up with your arms, release. Drop your shoulders. Smile. That completes that version. We have one more standing pose, tree and toe stand. Little flow. I haven't left anything out. It's been a while since I've done these sequence, but it's so great. I'm going to start doing it. Bend that right knee, opening at your hip for tree. Keep it open. You can bring your heel towards that ankle, inner ankle, your calf, up into that inner thigh. Then grow those arms up. Press away. Growing your branches. And hold on to that ankle if you need to. You can come to a figure four if you like that version. Holding onto the chair or the wall. You can bring it up into your lotus. Just wherever you are, really scooping the navel in, not jutting out your ribs, but drawing them in as you breathe and balance. Staying here is a great posture to stay in for as long as you can. Coming in and out of it, or you can fold in half, dropping your head, let it dangle. If you like toe stands, sitting down on your heel. Heel to that right sit bone as you bring your shoulders back. And bring one hand to your heart, clapping, breathing, focusing on a drishti. I'm going to do it on this side. I can't do it on my other foot. So just stay as long as you like, practicing lifting, balancing your drishti. When you're ready, use those hands to straighten that leg, forward fold, and then come all the way up, using your core to lift you high. Tree pose, meeting back in tree. Lift that leg, give it a hug, kick it out and release. Shake it around, pedal it around. Final standing. Hallelujah. Bend that left knee, open it up. Your ball and socket joint. That knee stays hinged, joint hinging. Foot to your inner ankle, calf fits nicely. Or above your knee joint into your inner thigh, pressing foot to thigh, thigh to foot. Grow your tree as you like. And hold on with one hand. Prayer in front, prayer behind. Lots of variations. You can do it any pose at any time. You can do this one while you're brushing your teeth. Fold in half when you like. Oh, I was going to do this. You can do this from the figure four. Folding in half, hanging out here is a great posture. Or sit on that heel, which I'm not going to do on this one. That heel up into your hip crease, into that lotus, gives your belly an extra little massage. So I like to do this pose. It's like a folded pigeon. Folded standing pigeon. Just playing with your experimenting, being curious what your body can do this morning. Yoga is a practice, a progress. Practice makes progress. When you're ready, bring that knee back in, give it a hug, and release. Drop your shoulders. Sit down onto our mats. Ooh, roll yourself down. You can reach out, tucking your chin, and roll your pelvis down, one vertebra at a time. Might feel your spine adjust a little here. You can open up those feet like a cobbler, like a double toe stand. Reach your arms out like a cactus, or reach them over your head like a figure eight. Just allowing your body to melt into the floor, feeling your standing work. Smiling at how you feel. Now begins our floor work. No more balancing. We can just work on our connective tissues as we find our floor postures. We'll extend that left foot, drawing your right knee in, giving it it a hug like we did standing. When removing pose, you can twirl those ankles, point and flex the feet. You can straighten out that leg, holding onto your thigh. It's like you're in a upside down lunge here. Or you can reach for your foot, straightening that leg out a little at a time. Breathing, micro bend in that knee. You can hold onto your calf, your thigh, lift the head up, keep it down. Sway side to side a little. Staying here with that leg up, or you can open it up to the right. Using your right elbow as a kickstand. Grab your big toe, your outer calf. These poses are really good for the lower back. You want to keep that left hip grounded. Pressing down with that left hand as you open up. Reach that leg up when you're ready. You can switch hands. Reach out with that arm and twist. Or supine twist, keeping your heart towards the sky as you reach for that calf with your left hand, left foot. Flexing your left foot like you're standing on it. Standing Shiva on the ground. Draw your navel in to deepen that twist. And when you're ready, you can reach for that foot with your right hand and bring it back up. This is a good posture to practice with a strap. I forgot to say that. Find your split here action. And when you're ready, release that foot to the ground with control. And draw your left knee in, giving it a hug, pulling action. Twirl your ankles, pointing flex, just massaging your descending colon here. Staying here, you can reach for the back of that thigh and kick your heel up, finding that lunge pose, like your upside down lunge. Reach for your calf, your leg, if you want to straighten it a little more. Maybe your foot with a strap, the ball of the foot on a strap, not the arch of your foot. But trying to bring those toes towards your face, stretching out through that heel. Whether you're here or closer, just listening to your body. Be here, flex the foot. Grab your outer foot, reaching out with that right hand or your big toe and open up to the left, using that left elbow as a kickstand. Opening up is not how low you go, it's how you feel. Remember, some people have to go lower, and you will have to go lower one day to feel it, but today, feel it where you are. Pressing that right hip down with your right hand to keep your hips level. You don't want to pop that hip up, keep it grounded. When you're ready, bring that leg back up and switch hands. Grab your calf, your outer foot as you find your Shiva. Twist, bent leg or straight. Squeezing your navel in, we're twisting at your navel. Pressing that top hip away, your left shoulder down. Looking straight up or towards that left hand. Staying as long as you like in any of these postures. You can always pause if you really like a pose and want to stay longer. If you're ready to come out with B, grab that foot and pull it back up. Drawing it in one last time. Lift your head up, scooping the navel in, using your core to hold you here. Whether it's here, touch that leg and dropping the head, drop that leg with control. Release the arms. We'll find full when removing, so lift your head again, shoulder blades, bring both knees in, giving yourself a big hug, roly-poly bugs. Dropping your head as you bring those knees with you. And look straight up as you try to drop that tailbone, long spine on the floor. Massaging our transverse colon here. And open up those knees, feet in the air, happy babies, grabbing the outside of your feet as you open up and rock side to side. And reach up behind those calves if that's your practice. Opening up your shins like goalposts. Rocking, rocking. This is a great pose to stay in, so feel free, or you can open up those legs wider, grab your toes and rock. Press into those calves. And we'll lift our legs. Reach over your head and lower. Actually, you're gonna drop that left foot to the floor, cross your right ankle over, press your knee away. Pigeon. Reach through, grabbing your shin, your hamstrings. Find that pigeon stretch on your right glutes, right hip. All this floor work is so good to do every day for your lower back. Get rid of any back pain, I promise. Do it every day. Press that knee away. You can stay here, feeling it in that outer left hip, or reach through, grabbing your hamstrings for a pull, your shin. You're pressing that knee away with the left elbow as you flex that left foot. Tracking with your left knee. Twirl the right ankle. Lift those legs. Reaching over your head, we'll lower our legs down. One long cobra tail to the ground. Once you land, find your stretch, your leap. Not jutting those ribs out. Inhale to lengthen, and we'll exhale, sit up. Slowly find those sit bones, reaching back. I had to move away from my deck. You can exhale and bow over those thighs, rocking side to side. You can be rounded here, I guess, if you like that, or extending out through your heart. Just finding that back of the leg stretch. You can point the toes, flex them. And we're going to roll over on our bellies. Normally, I guess I'll come this way. So we'll keep it traditional. Point your toes. We'll bring our forehead to the ground, fingertips under our shoulder blades. For cobra, we'll lift up for cobra. You can lift your hands and hold yourself here, not crunching in the lower back. Trying to open your heart. You can reach those arms back. Thumbs are open, shoulder blades are squeezed. Finding your cobra. And we'll drop our head. Backs of the hands. We'll turn our right ear to the floor. Dump it out. Getting ready for half locust. So you can bring the chin out. Going to turn our palms over. Lifting one hip at a time. Bringing the arms under the body. Palms are flat. Pinkies towards one another. Shimmy, shimmy to get there. Palms are flat. Spreading your fingers wide. Feels a little weird. You're doing it right. You're going to extend that right leg and lift it 45 degrees. Lifting, keep looking out. As you lift that leg, feel it from your glutes to your big toe. As you press into the ground with that right hand, lifting, lifting, lifting. Feel the pressure into your right palm, right shoulder, right bicep, eye of the elbow, and we'll release that leg. Take a breath out and extend your left leg long. Lifting it 45 degrees, no more, no less. Pressing with your left palm, left finger pads. Lifting, lifting, lifting. Looking out, find your stretch. Feel it from your glutes. Strong glutes through your big toe. If you get a cramp, shaking it out. Slowly release. Sigh it away. We'll bring our nose, mouth towards the mat as you walk those fingertips closer to your knees, resetting those arms like a shelf. You're going to press into the floor and lift up with both legs strong together. Looking down, we're pressing our shoulders, trying to pin them on the mat. Biceps, all 10 fingers pressing. Breathing. Try to lift those legs a little higher. Not crunching in the lower back. Breathing, stretching, strengthening. Posture. When you're ready, slowly release. Walk those arms out. You can turn your left ear to the floor. Sigh into the mat. Thump out those fingers. When you're ready, ready, chin back out, reaching out with the arms. It's crawling all over my deck. Yep. So full locust pose. You're gonna lift everything together. So as you're ready, we'll lift off, take off like a 747, looking out as you squeeze those shoulder blades together. Try to lift your arms with your legs, flying over your mat like Superman, Super Grover. And experiment with the arms, lifting a little higher, opening up your heart wherever you are, breathing, flying sensation. When you're ready, oh, you are supposed to bring those baby ribs off the floor a little. You can. That's the action. I gotta say that. Lift a little higher. When you're ready, slowly release. Right ear to the floor, thump it away. Etch a sketch. Toes together, heels splay. Floor bows next. We'll bring our forehead to the ground. Walking those legs back together. Bend your knees. You can always do one side at a time. I'm going to do both. Heel, thumbs by your ankle creases. You can stay here and start to kick into those hands and lift your knees off the floor. Can be fun. Just get that action. You can look up when you're ready, kicking into your hands, lengthening through your chin as you look out and up maybe. You can always bring one arm out. Stretching through one side. If you're doing one side, just make sure you do the other. It's primarily the action is in that kicking action into your hands to open up your chest. Breathing, maybe rocking a little. Knees in, feet out. So you're like two wheels in the air. You don't want everything to splay out wide. Protect the lower back, so keeping those knees in. When you're done, slowly drop those knees, chin, hands, feet, toes together, opposite ear to the floor as you let that lower back release. And when you're ready, come back to our cobra that we started with, lifting into your cobra. Find a higher cobra, elbows in, neck is long and loose. Press it up, finding a tabletop as you walk forward like a bear. We'll sit on our heels. You can always find a child's pose if that helps release the lower back. Roll up to seated when you're ready. Time's sake. You can stay here. This is a great stretch to the bottom of the feet. If you like, you can open up those calves with your hands, roll them out of the way as you sit between those heels for hero pose, Virasana. You can kind of coax those quads into releasing, giving them a little massage. This is a great stretch for your quads. You can stay here or you can drop back to an elbow and let the head fall back. Staying here or kind of lift that tailbone, untucking it as you drop down all the way to the ground. Find your heart open, back bend, hips to your shoulders, and reach over your head. Grab, framing your head with your elbows, wrists, grabbing one and then the other, switching it out so we don't favor one side. Training ourselves to work both sides. Breathing into this posture as long as you like. Those knees don't have to stay together. Mine don't, but they need to stay grounded. If they start to pop up, just come out a little. Coming back all the way to seated when you're ready. Sit on those heels. We're just going to go ahead and move through it. Reach up. I'll tell you in a little bit. Reach up. We're going to find half tortoise, so reaching up and out of your ribs, dropping with a straight spine, forehead, nose to the floor, fingertips to the ground as you walk those fingertips out. Am I in the video? So you're pressing into the floor, lifting those elbows as you try to sit lower on your heels, finding that traction in your spine. Breathing into it, hugging your head with your biceps. Trying to lengthen with every breath. When you're ready, we'll squeeze our knees together and lift back up, long spine. Release your arms, dropping your shoulders. Camels next. So we'll lift up on our knees, opening our knees a little wider than our shoulders maybe. Feet back behind those knees, pressing your hips open, your fingertips in the back pockets, just opening up your heart, your chest. Stay here. You can tuck those toes maybe to reach back, finding one heel at a time. That shortens the stance or the reach. It also gives your bottoms of the feet a stretch. Full breath in and out. And untuck the toes. Find that stretch here again. Looking straight up or straight ahead. Reach for those heels, one arm or both. Finding your stretch. Some people can go further. Wherever you are, focus on opening your chest. Your thoracic spine, not crunching in that lower back is very important. Just finding opening. This is so good for our posture. Staying as long as you like in your back bend. When you're ready, use one hand for support. Both hands for support, making your way back up. And we'll turn around. Traditionally in the 26, they found a push-up or a sit-up between every seated posture. So if you like that, feel free. You can do this with the legs long like we did before, or have your knees open. Scooping that belly in, find your long spine first. You're really engaging your core as you find your sit-up. When you're ready, inhale and exhale. It might take a few times after that big back bend. Listening to your body, lifting up, dropping your forehead if you want to tuck that chin, round your spine. If that feels good, or keep it extended. And have the feet closer in or further away, pressing your knees into the elbows into your inner thighs. Just explore. Find that rounded spine. If that feels good. And we'll come back up. We'll find our rabbits. So sitting on those feet again. This is like one of my favorite poses. Just opening up the tops of the feet feels really good to me. You can always open up the bottoms of the feet, which doesn't feel really good to me right now. And we'll find rabbit, so we open up the arms, thumbs down, as we, thumbs back, as we reach our fingers down, thumbs are out, sorry, and you're reaching your fingers under your bum, sitting on your palms, thumbs on the outside. Hours up. Tuck your chin and we'll roll down like a madcap spine, top of your head towards the knees. Then lift your hips, kicking into your hands, rounding your spine here. Rabbit spine, bunny tails in the air. You can always keep them down. Kicking into your hands like you're going to do a somersault here. Big breath. And we'll sit all the way down. Roll your spine up. And sit over on one side, extending one leg out. For seated head to knee pose, you can rock those sit bones behind you, reaching up with the arms. We'll roll our forehead down, reaching for that foot. You can bend the knee to grab it or keep it long. Hugging your leg like we do in the standing head to knee pose. Bent knee or straight, remember, like we did standing. Scooping your navel in, you're rolling towards that midline. And we'll roll out. Extending that left leg, bringing that right foot in, reaching up high and drawing your belly in as you round your forehead to knee. You're Rounding at the waist here, not hinging at the hips in this one. Scooping, kicking up through that heel. Toes towards your face again. And we'll roll back up. Reaching high. Extend both legs. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, extending. Exhale and fold. Keep doing this. You can pause and hold, dropping your head towards those knees or extending out towards your toes. Grab your shins, your heels, your all 10 toes, flexing. And we'll walk our hands up when you're ready. Long spine here, Dandasana pose. Gonna bend the right leg, bringing your left foot under as you cross that foot over. Hugging in. Gonna lift that left arm, bringing it to the outside of your knee. That right arm can come up and behind you. Pressing into that right hand, left elbow as you twist at your navel. You can look out front of your mat or your eye gaze, follow that right shoulder. Always find whatever's your practice. Pressing into the floor, trying to keep your spine upright. Scooping, rinsing, twist. Working back towards the front. Unwind. You can kind of counter it here. It feels really good. And then we can bring those legs out. Right leg bent. Left foot on the outside. Lift up high. Right elbow comes around to press. Bringing your belly ribs to the left. Reach that left arm high and behind you. Pressing with that left hand. You can use your fingertips here or palm. Inhale to lift. Exhale to twist. And keep that chin parallel with the ground. You can reach around. Use that left hand for leverage. Maybe internally rotating that shoulder. Dive it through if you need a little leverage. Never necessary or never required, only if you like it. Finding your sit bones, grounding before you twist. Really pressing into that left and right hip if you ever need to extend that right leg. Feel free to find your twisting. Final posture. Make it your best. Really squeezing the belly out, giving it a big squeeze here. And then we'll slowly come back to center. Counter it. And unwind. Scoot forward on our mat, squeezing the belly in as you tuck the chin and roll down. Finding your final, never mind. We have to do a couple of body breathing. So you can cross those ankles, Sukhasana pose, or you can sit on your heels again in Virasana. Heroes. I like to do it here. It helps my spine stay straight. Hands on your thighs, palms up or down. This is spine or skull brightening pose. Couple of body breathing. So we'll inhale to begin. You're going to scoop the belly in with every exhale. If I do it this way, you can see you're scooping the belly in like you're blowing out a candle. So inhale to begin, and exhale, we'll do about 50. Shoulders are down. To heart, we can fold over our thighs, finding resting pose here in child's pose. When you're ready for Shavasana, roll yourself back up, bringing those legs around. Final resting stage, resting pose. You can roll down one last time. Getting used to using your core as you move is very important. Protecting our lower back, keeping our core strong. You can open up those palms. Nothing's touching. I kept having to move away from my dip. So nothing's touching. Da Vinci Man pose. Hands away from your body. Toes flop open. Your neck is long. Your shoulder blades are tucked. As you smile and let your breath return to its normal state, breath by breath. Giving thanks to your breath, to your body, to your mind for getting you here today. Getting you onto your mat today, right here. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Until we meet again, take care, stay healthy, everyone. Namaste. Staying there as long as you like. I'm just going to turn off the